You're involved in the community. Can you tell us a little bit about what you do in the community?
Oh, so I do anything I can get my hands on, really.
Okay.
If the intention is clear, then I get my hands on it. I'm a vice president of a foundation here, the Kings and Queens Foundation, ran by Leo Adams and Angel Adams. So whatever they get their hands on, I'm in. So that's pretty much it. And the Salvation Army, of course, I'm a soldier in the Salvation Army, so I'm always in the community doing what they have me to do.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Awesome possum.
it brings me a lot of joy to do that too.
Okay. So I guess my question would be, because you said that you struggled through a lot in your life, if you could give your younger self one piece of advice, what would it be and why?
That you are not going to become your father. I think it is common for a boy who is fatherless, when they don't know where he's at or what he's doing.
He's speaking my mind, bro.
You think that you're going to be just like him because you don't have. Well,
Amen.
But let me tell you though,
Amen, real quick, bro.
I
Amen, bro.
I had
swear.
role models in my life. My uncle, right, CJ, and a few phenomenal men, right?
Right.
But it's nothing like having your own dad.
Amen.
So that's what I would tell my younger self, is that God is going to place you in certain situations where you're not going to become him. That doesn't mean that he's not a bad person, or he is a bad person, right? Because he didn't ask for that. He didn't ask for that life. Took me a while to get there. My father didn't ask to not be in my life, right? Something has to happen to him to make him the man he is today.
Wow. So that impacted you.
Right, and which led me to forgive him. And to love him on his level, which is so important, to love people on their levels, because we think that we try when we love on two different levels, you expect them to be somebody they never asked to be. And then you're the one that's heartbroken because you gave them that title.
Amen.
So that's what I would tell my
Do
younger
you
self.
do you have a relationship with your father now?
No,
No.
I don't have a relationship.
I'm
with
sorry
him.
to hear that, brother.
Well, no, it's not. I'm not sorry. I think it's still it's in God's plan.
Right.
I always tell people, if my father was in my life, I wouldn't be here doing this interview right now. I would be
You'd be a different
right,
person.
right, be a whole different person.
Then we go back to what
Right,
we talked about earlier.
Right. So what I'm saying is that my aunt, my grandmother, my mother, my uncle, uncles, right, and they made it their job to dedicate their lives to me, so that I won't become.
So you
him.
had a great support system.
Oh man, still today.
Cause see, I come from the other end of not having that support system.
Oh wow.
Right, and so not having that support system early in life, it stopped me from doing a lot of things.
Wow.
But I saw, because I remember you, for going to segue into my question,
Mm-hmm.
you, when I first met you, you was impersonating Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Right. And I thought, man, that is and the people that was there that was supporting you, I was like, oh man, that's dope. But now we was talking outside, and you went from that to, man, a whole slew of things. You went from, like you said, you were a production, you were on TV, you go. So if you can explain, how was the journey from being a young kid, being known for imitating Michael Jackson, to becoming the
man I am
mentor?
today.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
The transition was easy for me. Because I knew that was not my calling. I knew it. And you know when something's not your
Right.
calling, because you won't be at peace
yeah.
with it.
Right.
Right. I don't know the exact date I did my last performance, but I knew then at that moment that
That was it.
right, that was going to be
This
it.
is
I,
it.
think
See,
it- I knew it was on
Michael Jackson,
Halloween.
boom, see what he did there? This is it.
It was on Halloween. and
I
knew,
got that one.
I knew that was going to be the last one.
Right.
But I didn't know God was going to take me here.
Right.
I didn't know that He was going to use me.
No, was that scary? The transition?
It was scary, because I guess when you try to when you put yourself out there, right? there's a quote by Theodore Roosevelt, and it says, "People in the arena." It talks about in the arena, right? When you put yourself in the arena, you give people opportunity to say what they want, how they say it. So I guess for me, jumping into YouTube, doing the videos, that was scary.
What kind of videos?
Well, like the bio said, I'm a teacher at heart. Always been like that.
Right.
Always been a teacher at heart. So the videos come from teaching people about themselves through something that I've gone through. That's how it started.
Right.
Intentional content.
Right.
Intentions got to have some kind of intention to it. So it's really just motivational, inspirational, real, right? So I did that for a year. I'm still doing it.
Okay.
And so that you went from YouTube to, how do you start your production company?
Well, I started the production company because I was noticing, I was doing all the editing and the script writing and the filming by myself.
Right.
Not selfish, but I no one knows your gift like you know your gift.
Tim, he don't sound like another Tyler Perry.
No one knows how you want to present something like
yeah,
you
man.
know it, right? So ownership was key for me. Ownership
Right.
is still key for me. So that's why I started the production company, so to show people that you can also be in the video and own the content at the same time.
Ain't that right?
So, and do what you want. Believe in
Right.
God. So I know it was a God moment.
That
I know it
right.
was a not in luck. I don't believe in luck. I believe in preparation, meeting
There you
the
go.
opportunity of hard work.
That's right.
Right. So he asked me, "Hey, we are looking for somebody to fill in these places," and I said yes. He asked me for the show. I said yes right away, but only if I get full creative control.
That right.
Full creative
That's
control.
right.
So we sat down with my manager and we talked about it, and I just filmed a show yesterday. So it'll be coming out pretty soon here.
And what's the name of the show?
What's my name? Matthew Sanchez, the Matthew Sanchez Show.
That's dope.
Because
That's
that's another sign of ownership.
dope. Yeah.
And where can it be seen?
Well, it's on CTV Beam. It's a cable network in Phoenix City. I don't know how far it goes, but it'll also be on my social media as well. My
Okay.
Facebook, my YouTube,
Okay.
everything. It'll be on everything. Because I want people to see it. It's important to me that your children see somebody of color
Right.
on TV, right, talking about things that is relevant and that is thought provoking,
Right.
and being able to sit here and listen to you
Right.
and not argue,
Right.
right? So that's important to me.
Right.
That they had that visual.
So I have a question for you. If I was a young teen, right, and I'm looking up to you, and you inspired me to get in and start my own production and start my own,
Right.
get my own TV show, what advice would you give me on how to stay organized? Doing it all by yourself. I understand the concept of doing it by yourself,
it.
but sometimes you need help. Sometimes you need a team around you. So
But
how
let
do
me
you-
let me be clear with that. Just because I did it by myself doesn't mean I didn't want help.
Right.
Right. The only reason I did it by myself is because, again, I know how I want it.
Right.
There have been people that has gotten me to this place, and trust me, I respect them and I'm grateful for them.
Right.
But at the same time, this my face on the line,
Right.
not theirs.
Yeah.
So, but what I would say to that young person is that if you want your own TV show, and you wanna put yourself out there on social media, because I'm putting myself out there in all
Right.
ugliness, right? Be persistent, be hot, honest, open, and transparent, right? The key to anybody to
Say that
connect,
again.
Ain't it, man?
be
Rewind
hot,
on it one time.
be hot, honest, open, and transparent.
There it is.
Right.
The key to if we teach our young man, right, that vulnerability is a sign of courage.
Yeah.
Because it shows you naked. Let's be real, okay? It shows you naked.
Right.
Right. And so when you're seen naked, then when you get into a relationship with somebody, they don't get half of you. They get all
Behold
of you.
Right.
Right? Then that's a real relationship. Not just that. When you're vulnerable with yourself, think of what you're doing to yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
To be able to sit down and say, "Hey, man, listen, I struggle with pornography, man." Like to
Right.
yourself. People are so many people are in self-denial. Right? I struggle with self-doubt. Go ahead.
You know what's crazy, bro? I dealt with that, and that's part of the reason the first time around,
Right.
they kind of pushed me away because we had this big spat about social media. right? And me not being able to do it. But I don't think he understand I was struggling. I had an addiction that took over my life. And for me to go into, I had to get rid of all phones, all technology, any access
Right.
to cleanse myself.
Right.
But everything worked out perfect because look at me now.
Right.
I'm back here in a better space, better, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So even though I might not have wanted things to, what you just said there, bro, being able to be vulnerable to myself and with addiction, like, yo, bro, you know, like we had a real like 3-hour spat outside the old studio, bro,
Right.
about me and social media, but I couldn't necessarily
Say it.
get out what I was trying to get out about.
Right.
Look, bro, it's not necessarily about that, but bro, this is what I'm dealing with when it
Right.
comes to technology. Here's the struggle that has over my life. I'm gonna start off on Facebook. I'm gonna end up somewhere else,
Right.
and somewhere that's gonna.
So,
take,
but that's my intention, is to show just like that, just what you said.
Right.
Show man and young boys that it's okay to be vulnerable.
right,
Right, it's okay, because that's important. It's so important. It is so. I can't even explain how important it is for someone to even see me in the position I'm in to now. Right. I mean, I can't really explain it. It's so important. That's why all of you are sitting at this table, because you saw somebody in a position, right,
Yep.
that was higher, and now look at you now. I mean,
Yeah.
why are you an artist, right? You see what I'm saying? Why are you an artist, right?
Right.
Come on now. I mean, you saw
Facts.
somebody.
Facts.
You saw
Facts.
somebody do it. If I could be anything in the world, I had never thought about this question because I've
Outside of who you are now, you can still be you, but there's an alternate you, and you could be anything else and still be yourself. What would it be?
I probably would want to be a singer and like a full-on artist, like a really can sing
Right.
really good, because that's really why I started doing Michael Jackson. Not only because of the dancing, because of the
Right.
singing and the way he used his voice and how he,
Right.
you know,
True instrument.
constructed the
Right.
music and ownership of it. I mean,
Right.
MJJ Productions, that's what his production, right? So, it probably would be that, an artist, a
Alright.
singing artist.
And the last part.
We'll be here. Well,
Hey.
Is that CJ's way of telling us to shut up?
wrap
Yep.
that up, B.
Word to my mother, B.
Wrap it up, B.
Off topic.
Word to my mother,
So,
son.
in closing, we gotta appreciate the young guy for coming and hanging out with us, man. Brother,
Well,
I
thank you.
appreciate you, man.
Thank you for having me.
bro.
Oh, man, we appreciate you
pimp
coming.
named Matthew
hold on.
Sanchez.
Before you go,
Appreciate
where can everybody find you at?
So you can look me up on any social media, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook and YouTube. I am Matthew Sanchez with 2 T's. SANCHEZ Sanchez.
Okay. That's dope.
Cho, what you got, man?
Just
Take us home.
be encouraged, everybody. Be encouraged no matter what's going on. Jamila, be encouraged.
Right. That's so good.
Jill, what you got?
I love you guys. And I hope that you have a wonderful week. And if there are any of you females out there that think like that woman in that video, I really need
Oh
you
my
to
God.
reevaluate yourself. Love
Sweet
you.
Jesus. Black, what you got, brother?
Look, let's find a way to put our differences aside and love one another. Once we put love back into our situation, everything will change. There's always love, peace, and serenity.
Right.
Mr. Sanchez, take us home. What you got?
So this is what I would say. There's a quote by Terrence, and it says that I am a human being. Nothing human can be alien to me. Now, what that means is, if Martin can do it, if Black can do it,
Yeah.
if you guys can do it, then so can you. Who's ever listening, so can you. I am a human being. Nothing human can be alien to me.
That's dope.
That's dope.
That's dope. That's how you end the show.
Man, I'm
Off
rocking
topic.
with that.